Hey everyone, WitchyCatLady here in Dragon Adventures with their Winter Wonderland update. Real quick, if you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It means so much. So let's get into this. There have been a lot of questions, both in the comments of my videos, on others' videos, and I'm seeing in game just, how to get snowflakes. How do you get these potions out of things? What are the prizes out of the games? Where are the fishing spots? Where are the penguin locations? And I could show you every single thing, but honestly, I'm going to show you how I play this game. I'm going to show you how I figure out all of this stuff so that you too can learn how to figure all this stuff out without having to wait for a content creator to show you exactly what to do. I think this will get you so much farther in this update and in other updates to come. While I do want you here for every single thing that I post, my take as a gamer is to help other gamers. I don't need to show you every single location. I will show you the locations that I know, but I'm going to show you how I find them. Because I can go and find all of these on my own after just playing the update for a bit. And you can too. If we can do it, you can do it. So I think the first thing we should talk about is, okay, so we've come into the event. Woohoo! Alright, so what do we need to know first? Well, our currency is snowflakes, so honestly that's your first thing. How do we get the snowflakes? And some of you have already figured this out. We have games around the map. These present piles will award you snowflakes, as well as you can see some potions. You can get all kinds of stuff from this. So these are actually a fantastic option. If I can even hit the hitbox on here, I highly recommend do these present stacks. And after I show you some overall information, I'm going to show you what I do to grind the snowflakes and potions. As honestly, I've just been using snowflakes to speed up eggs when I need them, and I'm now saving the rest since I hatched the Hilo Chime, which is, I've got two. One I traded for, and then I ended up hatching another one. Where are you going to spawn? There you are. We're gonna T-pose for a minute. There we go. So since I've hatched this, I'm just saving my snowflakes now, and I'm going to collect whatever eggs I get from games. I'm not going to use my snowflakes to speed this up. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's put Peppermint away. Come here, demon. So, where were we? Hold on, my ADHD caught a hold of me. Alright, we were talking about the present stacks and how to get snowflakes. Okay, so we want to know, first and foremost, how are we going to get these snowflakes? So, we have our present piles. That gets you snowflakes. We have all these games over here. We're going to ignore the merge workshop for now. We'll know exactly how that works soon, but I have a feeling it's going to be like the Halloween merge lab. And if you didn't know much about that, I do have a video on how that works. I suspect that this is going to be pretty much the same. There might be a few tweaks, which we'll find out when the devs decide to let us know. So one of our games here is the Santa's Helper. I personally don't prefer this one. Check it out, see if you like it. That's the great thing about these options of games. Find what works for you. I don't like that one. We have the bakery, and again, I don't prefer that one as one to grind for snowflakes, but you can get snowflakes there. And just so you know, any of these games that you play, this helper, the bakery, the nutcracker, the spy penguin, all of those do have a chance to give you an egg with snowflakes. So it's a good idea to find at least one game. That way you're getting some snowflakes. The nutcracker actually isn't bad. I will do that one every now and then. I actually like that one. Mostly what I do is I do the spy penguin. He's every 30 minutes is available, and you have 30 minutes to find the penguin. And I do these present piles as well as the ice fishing. So we, are walking around our map now. Walk around, get a feel of how the layout is, especially knowing that we have to find fishing spots and spy penguins. before you start looking for those penguins, you're going to want to know exactly what the map looks like. Sorry for my stutter there. It's one of those days. Something you'll notice around the map is stuff like these cute little barrels. Just a tip, the penguin can spawn in there. But real quick, we're just going to look around our map. And while we're looking around our map, I'll show you where all the ice locations are for fishing. So it is an ice fishing thing. So obviously it's going to spawn wherever there's ice. So there's a big lake here. We'll come back and talk about that purple spot in a minute. So we're finding all of our ice areas for possible fishing while we're just exploring the general layout of the map. So this is our main area with the lake. And up here is this cute little area. That's the spy penguin's other end. Oops, fell down. If we go up here, you can kind of glitch down in here with our, we're going to call it free cam, but it's not exactly a free cam, just us with our picture taking thing, and see that there's this other half of the hatch that clearly the penguin uses to get up here. Sneaky little penguin. I think the spy penguins are funny. So we know this is an area up here. It doesn't look like much else on those little peaks there. We can see graphics up, zoom out, helps you see stuff. We have some more ice here and on the other side, so those will be possible ice fishing locations. See there as well. In this area, I'm calling this area the blizzard area. Some call it fog. It's definitely a lot of snow being blown around. It's kind of like whiteout conditions. And explore around the edges because you find these caves. This is a big cave area, and it does have an ice in there. A server egg has spawned, and we'll address that in a minute. That's not going anywhere. I'm the only one in here. But this cave is huge, so keep that in mind. You'll probably have to come find stuff in here. I just heard a crash behind me. If you heard that, ignore it. Everything's fine. Just my cats being cats. So we're going to go look over here because I did see another area we want to make sure we explore before we start getting into the games. There is this cave. And I do recommend get familiar with the caves, at least know where they are because you will have to come check them for things. So like down here, I'll give you a spoiler, one of the fishing locations spawns here. And this will shoot us out the other end. La-da-da-da-da. Oh, and I do get questions about the axe tail tip that Demon Raptor is wearing. That is actually from the Iron Guild. You can get it with the Iron Guild gems, or you can ask someone in Iron Guild if they have one for trade. Okay, so we've checked out our map. Let's talk real quick about eggs. We get a server egg that's not in chat. I don't know why I tried to show you that. It pops up here. And those locations for the server spawn will be the same as your personal one. This meter here on the left is for your personal egg. It will spawn every 30 minutes or so. No one else can see that one. If you want to speed it along, you can choose to spend 100 snowflakes to speed it along. So we'll go ahead and do that just so I can show you faster some spawn locations for the eggs. Now, when we talk to the guy up front when we come in, he lets us know that out in the wild are where the eggs will spawn. So we're going to go around, and I could show you every single thing, but I'm going to give you a huge tip. They do not spawn in the caves. Look for your open areas, like down here. And remember, server eggs and personal eggs will spawn in the same location. So like right here, nice open area. Look what we found. We found the server egg, and your personal egg, again, can spawn here. But I will fly you around and show you some other possible locations for the eggs to spawn, and you will see that there is a pattern of it being in open areas. They're really easy to find. So like over here, there's more open area down there. There's an open area right there. All this open area is where they could spawn, and they're so easy to see. Look at all this. You know, this big area here. The eggs will not spawn up there with that guy. I wish they would, that'd be funny. There is one that spawns back in here with the blizzard, but you'll be able to see it because it's nice and green. You know, one that'll spawn up here. My cat Sky is talking. I don't know if you can hear that. She's very talkative today. But the eggs are really easy to spawn. You don't need to memorize the locations, honestly. You can fly up, look for any big open area, and that's probably going to be where it's going to spawn. They do not spawn in the caves, which I appreciate. This other one will spawn soon, so we're just going to wait on that, and I'll show you how it directs you to where you need to go. So our personal egg has spawned. Fishing zones of food. We'll look at that later. And as you can see, it shows you here in the bar, and you cannot miss it. There is a big green arrow, which is fantastic. You don't have to hunt and hunt and hunt like the Shadow Altar egg. Just follow to where the arrow's pointing you. And as I pointed out, here is one of the spawn points that I just fell down in front of. Well, you know, we all miss sometimes. Alright, here we go. So we'll go ahead and grab this. And again, this is a spot where the server egg can spawn as well. There's just egg spawn points. There are not separate spawn points for your private egg, and there are not separate spawn points for the server egg. There's just egg spawn points, period. Now, the second thing we will go ahead and address is the ice fishing. So, as you've probably seen, there are two different colors to these ice fishing. This blue, sort of, it doesn't have any effects or anything coming out of it. It's just like a normal fishing spot. You can get rare items, and you're mostly going to get fish. So we're going to fly around all of this ice area, any place that a fishing spot could spawn, and see if we can find the special one. It's got a pinky purple color, and if you can't tell, see, here it is. If you can't tell by the color, look for the effects. Let me see if I can get in on that a little bit better. So, okay, so we see here, you see like these little fish jumping up. This is your special one. You are not going to get fish from this spot. You are only going to get rare items, and those rare items are going to include an increased amount of snowflakes, anywhere from 100 to 200 that I've gotten. So like here we're getting that. Or you could get an egg, and quite a variety of potions, including elemental potions like Frostbite and Aurora Borealis and Snowflake. And honestly, I love this new fishing method because I cannot fail it. See, I misclick and there's no failing it at all. I love it, so you don't have to fret over, oh my gosh, I got an egg, I need to spam click and then lose it. The only thing you have to worry about with ice fishing moving is making sure that you reel it in before it moves. Now, why does it move? Probably one, to keep us challenged, and two, to kind of prevent people from AFKing on the fishing spot, getting nothing but rare items. Imagine if that special rare item spot never moved. That'd be a big landslide win for people who are capable of AFKing. And that new fishing method, it's going to be pretty hard to AFK. So you've got to play. And our next big thing that I do is our little penguin fellow. So what we do is we're going to talk to him, and he tells us that we need to go find the spy penguin. And we get it as a little mission up on the side, which I like because then it reminds me, oh gosh, I haven't gone and found him yet. So we're going to start looking around, and I don't have the sound on right now, but check little off-the-wall places. I'm going to do this in a way like if somebody cannot hear or have sound on, that they would be able to find it. And we're going to see if I can find this without sound. If you have sound, it makes a little quacking sound. But don't just go flying around thinking, I'm going to see it out in the open. Some of them are a little easier to find. But, you know, check in between the presents. Check between the houses. Check those barrels that I showed you. Oh, big tip. Let's go in the event shop, and I'm going to show you something. Let's go to buildings and type in penguin. And guess what the penguin looks like out in the wild. You're going to find any of these. Plus, there's also one holding a telescope. This is what your penguins are going to look like. The ones buried in snow are a little harder to find. The ones that look like a barrel are going to be where those little empty barrels are that we saw. So take a look at these so you know what you're looking for. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I had a little hiccup I tried to suppress. Now, some of the spawn points I've been told about, I haven't seen a penguin pop up yet, like over here by the incubators. There is one up here at the chimney. It's a little sunburnt one that will pop up. I've been told that there is one over near the nutcrackers, but I have not seen it until right now. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? So see, you can find it without sound. But let me turn sound on real quick so you can hear what it sounds like if you are capable of having the sound on. So you heard that little quacking sound? That's the penguin. And you will hear it as you get near it. You don't have to be right up on it. So we're going to go ahead and claim him. And you always get 300 snowflakes. Sometimes you get an egg. Sometimes you actually get a spin token or two that you can go over here and use, which I think is really cool. There's a lot of ways to get stuff here. So I think the last thing I really need to talk about is this snow globe down here, which, okay, Demon Raptor, get off me. To be fully honest, I find a little pay to win, and I have mixed feelings on it. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. You can go ahead and comment now or wait till I explain it. I have mixed feelings on it. It was definitely aiding in the pay to win when the UGC was out. But here's how this snow globe works. So right now my snow globe is full. So how this gets filled up is that every time you collect snowflakes, you collect them from doing fishing, you collect them from the present piles, you get your snowflakes up here. You will always get them up there. So like there, I gained one. And it will also be added into this sort of little snow globe bank. And what this is basically extra snowflakes that you can purchase for a discounted Robux price. So 1,000 for 175 Robux is a pretty good deal, considering that 1,200 snowflakes is 400 Robux. Only 800 snowflakes is 300 Robux. So if you are a Robux spender, I don't recommend buying snowflakes like this. I recommend, work the games, work the updates, save up for 1,000, and then claim it like this here. So I'm going to go ahead and claim it so you can see my total here. We're going to claim it. And there 1,000 snowflakes go in. And my bank is now empty and ready to collect more snowflakes. So let's bust this present pile here, get some snowflakes. You see here, I earned 3 snowflakes up here, and it gave me 6 down here. So it actually kind of doubled. So this honestly is a good pay-to-win way to get additional snowflakes. And yeah, I said it that way for a reason, a pay-to-win, because it is a pay-to-win. So let me know what you think of this snow globe. Again, I have mixed feelings on it, and I'm having difficulty busting that present. Okay, so to wrap up this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I do when I come in to work this update. So I come in, and the first thing I do is look for the special fishing area. I go ahead and I get that done. Let's go find out where it is right now. Has it moved since I last claimed something? Where was it? Over here. It was over here. So let's go see if it's moved. And it hasn't moved yet. It's still there. Not purple anymore because I fished it. So I fish my fishing spot. And then I'm always keeping an eye over here to see if my egg is close to spawning. And then I go back down and I do the penguin guy. So I get whatever prize I get from fishing, and then I go do the penguin guy. So we're going to pretend we do the penguin guy, and we go out, and we're going to find our penguin, and boom, that's done. And then what do I do after that? Well, if the fishing area has moved, which it has, I'm going to go back and chase that fishing area and get another prize. So let's go find that since it has moved. Where, oh where, is the fishing area gone? Not there. I checked the open areas first. before I go into the caves, because why in the world would I want to deal with navigating the caves if I don't have to? Whiteout condition, go away. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna fish and get my prize before I go do the next thing that I usually do. And this time I'm getting more snowflakes, which I am not mad about. I'd love to get more potions and eggs, but snowflakes are great, especially out of the rare area. I'll get at least 100. And again, I've gotten as many as 200 from here. I'm assuming that's the max. If you've gotten more than 200 from fishing, let me know in the comments. And then if I'm done with the fishing and I'm still waiting for my penguin timer to go down, I'll go around and blast these present piles. So that'll get me more snowflakes. Not a lot of snowflakes at once. This honestly is probably not the best way to grind snowflakes. Doing the fishing, doing the penguin spy guy is the best way to get snowflakes because you get a good amount at once, but that's only every so often. So you're going to want to find something to do between those. Oop, there's a snowflake down there. I want every little thing. But I like doing the presents because, as I said, you can get the potions out of it. And then if you get a free potion, you don't have to worry about spending your snowflakes on those potions. So it's a win-win. It looks like this time all I'm getting are snowflakes. And when I get tired or bored with doing the present piles, I'll actually go do the Nutcracker game. And again, I don't really like the bakery or the present game, but the Nutcracker game is okay. So I'll show you that before we wrap up this video. So our Nutcracker game has begun. We get 2 minutes to blast as many Nutcrackers as possible. And the rewards are scaled to how many people are participating. You can co-op this with others in public or private, or you can play it by yourself in public or private. I like that option because sometimes co-oping, trying to get other people to join, is difficult, and that was proven in Solstice. Sometimes just trying to find somebody, hey, can you play this game with me? And people were busy doing other things. So once we get past this initial, basically, tutorial on how to do it, we just go around and blast just the Nutcrackers. Not the penguins. As much as I want to shoot that penguin, we just want the Nutcrackers. Oh, I shot a penguin. I got a -5 on my time, so don't shoot the penguins. I'd actually never shot the penguin prior to this. Kind of did that to see what it would do. And yeah, don't shoot the penguins. And this is something you can definitely play with a ground dragon as well. Oh, why am I shooting the penguin? See, you can run around, run back and forth. So if you prefer to run around in here instead of flying, you can totally do that. My Ala is just not the best at running. So I get one more in. There we go. And our reward, ta-da! Actually, 40 snowflakes. I've gotten as many as 60 when doing it by myself. Not 6. I've gotten as many as 60 when doing this by myself. You can also get an egg or a spin token as a prize as well. And when we're done with that, it likes to zoom us back to the spawn area for some crazy reason. But this is the winter event in a nutshell, how I play it and how you can search for the penguins yourself and find them. I did tell you that I was going to show you some locations, didn't I? Well, let's do that. Let me show you some possible locations for the spy penguins. I got a little mixed up. I have heard that one can spawn over here by the Speedy Incubator side. I have not seen that. One can spawn up here in the red chimney. As we've seen, one can spawn over here on the Nutcracker's head. Let me do my big yacht turn here. One does like to spawn here in the middle of the present pile, and he's actually going to be dressed as a present, so that penguin blends in. Now up here in our houses is where it starts to get a little harder to see them. One will spawn over here, right here between this little, where the house kind of breaks into and has a covered area. He likes to spawn here on the side. And there's a couple areas over here where it'll spawn in these little barrels. I think there's another spot over this way. Yep, there's another barrel there. And we're going to go out into the wilderness area, and I'll show you some locations there. again, I've heard they're the same as years prior, so if you're really set on knowing exactly every single location, go ahead and look that up. And there will be a barrel that will spawn over here by this house. I actually prefer searching for them. Unless I get really frustrated, then I'll be like, okay, where are some possible locations? Where is this dude at? Why is he not quacking at me? One that really got me is that up here in the trees, I think it was this one, was a little penguin in a snow pile. It was a little hard to see flying above because the trees got in the way. One very obvious one is up here. You'll see a penguin with a telescope. Absolutely adorable. And down under this thing of ice, there will be one over there. Let me walk you down there so that you can see exactly where it is. Boom. And this is another reason why I say check your caves. In this cave, there will be a penguin that spawns right in here. Now, in the bigger cave area, there's a few more spots. So let's go up here. And on the way to the cave, we will pass another spot. Down in here somewhere, I think around in here, or it could be over in here, is another penguin location. And you guessed it, he will be spawning in the snow pile. So he will be a little penguin snow pile in the little blizzard area, really blending in. But it's pretty much out in the open, so at least, you'll hear some quacking. Now, the other penguins in here, there were like 3 locations. I honestly don't remember exactly where 2 of them were, but there's one that likes to spawn in here, and he's buried in grass around in here somewhere. But the others are down in this cave. So let's see. So I came in here, there was one up this way, I do believe. Not at the ice area, but he was up in there. And then there was another kind of further down in the tunnels going, it's either that way or this way. But just look through the tunnels if you can't find it out anywhere, and you'll find it. So let me go ahead and grab this server egg before we wrap it up. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to share, game related or not. I will try to read everything. I know I don't always respond to everything, but I read as much as I possibly can. I have looked over that spawn point. Hello, hello, where is it? Oh, probably over this way. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I look forward to seeing you guys in game or in another video. Bye.